Welcome to Friday's edition of the Brew. Today we have Paulina Likos, as always, on our Friday show. Today she is going to talk about Broadcom joining the $1 trillion club. That's exciting. NVIDIA potentially being in correction territory, and SoftBank's big $100 billion investment in the United States with the Trump presidency, which is kind of interesting. All that and more after the bell. Oh, Paulina, Yellowstone. Here we go. There's a little unfinished. Love that. So I'm going to watch tonight the final 2 episodes of Yellowstone. I'm taping them. Yeah, I can't figure out how to play them. I don't think they dropped them all, so I tape them. And then I go back and watch them. So that's what I'm doing tonight. That's my night with a Taco Tuesday, even though it's Friday, margarita.
Nice.
Pretty cool, huh?
Great. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so I'm excited. I love when it's cold in Christmas time, and I get to do this. Anyhow,
it's the best time of the year.
Good to see you as always.
Great to see you.
Yes, thank you. We're gonna no Molly today. Molly's traveling. She'll be back next time. Holidays, travel, yada yada. People do that. So let's get right to it. I know we always have to get rolling, but that's okay. Broadcom joining the $1 trillion market. It seems like there's a lot of players now. Everyone seems to be joining that, except for me personally. I want to join the $1 trillion club.
I know. Same here.
What's going on? What's happening?
Yes. So Broadcom, it reached a significant milestone. It surpassed its market capitalization of $1 trillion, making it the 8th U.S. tech company to reach that valuation. So it's in the same camp now as Apple and Tesla and NVIDIA and all the big players, all the big tech players. So it's this milestone happened, of course, after the stock surged 24%. After it reported its fourth quarter earnings a couple weeks ago, and that marked the stock's best trading day ever.
Wow.
And digging a little bit into the numbers that really matter out of the quarter. So the company's revenue increased 51% year over year. And as it relates to the revenue for its AI related products, that revenue increased 220% year over year. So that was just staggering. And so that's, some positivity around Broadcom. However, there are some challenges ahead, particularly from competitors like NVIDIA and AMD being the number 1 and the number 2 players in the semi space. Broadcom, I don't know if it's number 3 as it relates to those two, but Broadcom, what it does is, I should have started there. They're a custom chip maker. So as Broadcom's revenue surged, investors are wondering, are these big tech players, are they going to maybe shift away from NVIDIA and maybe go towards more of a custom route for their chips? That's still to be determined. And we're going to get to NVIDIA a little bit later, but that's the news on Broadcom.
Wow, that's awesome. So you mentioned the other companies. Do you know them off the top of your head? Because I know Apple for sure, Tesla, the obvious ones. What are the others? Do you know?
I'm doing a quick search right now.
We're doing a quick search, but I can't remember. NVIDIA is NVIDIA one. NVIDIA is one too, right?
So it's Apple, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Amazon, Alphabet, the Google parent, Meta, Meta, Tesla, and now Broadcom.
Unbelievable. Okay, so all my favorites, sort of. Okay, this is great. So, and then. Did Broadcom's acquisition of VMware have anything to do with this? The cloud computing firm. I see that in the notes as well. Is that viable or valuable to this valuation for them?
Yeah, I think that it has a lot to do with the valuation more from a long term, because Broadcom acquired VMware back in May 2022, and that increased Broadcom's market cap by threefold.
Yeah.
Like you said, VMware, they specialize in software that allows multiple operating systems to run on a single server.
Right.
So Broadcom, they acquired VMware for roughly $70 billion. And that was a strategic investment where they got, huge exposure and expansion to the enterprise software, and that significantly helped Broadcom because now they have VMware's portfolio in cloud services, and that represents a huge asset for Broadcom.
Got it. Right now, you're not going to believe what I'm doing. I'm dividing 70 billion by 1 trillion.
Okay.
Why am I doing that? I don't think I have enough zeros in my. I don't have enough. But what I'm going to do is do the easier way. Because think about 70 billion for a $1 trillion company. It's a rounding error, right? When you think about it, it's like such a small percentage, and it sounds like it's a lot. They do these deals with cash and stock when they buy. So they have the asset in their stock, which is $1 trillion asset, right? So, I mean, it's just, I always think 70 billion just sounds like a lot of money, but when you're $1 trillion company, not really. When you have that capital to be able to trade in as dollars. Anyhow, right. I go on. So here's something that's interesting. I got a question on this one. What would you do at this high level if you still sort of believed in the stock? How would you use options to create a strategy? I'm going to give one real quick. So this is my analysis real quick. So if you're still a believer in the upside, right? You can easily sell put spreads. That's obvious. You can buy call spreads, obvious. I think a cool thing is to do a little facsimile of stock and then have a collar on it. What does all that mean? So what it means is that if you had enough money to buy the actual stock, you could do that. Buy a put below and sell a call above for income. So the reason I'm going this route is because this person said, well, I think it's still bullish. It's not massively bullish, but I think it's going to kind of drift higher. I love having this position on. So what it amounts to in options without ever using the stock is you buy a call, sell a put, right, of the same strike. And you've got to pick your expiration based on your time frame. That's synthetic long stock. That's equivalent to owning the actual underlying. And then you could buy a put underneath it. So you have a short put and a long put. That's a short put spread. And then you're going to sell a call above, and now you have a long call and a short call. So you've got a long call spread, short put spread, both bullish, or you have the call and the put together, which is long stock, and you're protecting it with a downside put and selling the upside call for protection. So you can kind of gauge that short call and that long put on how much of it what percent wise you're willing to take if it retreats and goes south. But you are protected. It's defined loss. So someone asked me about that. I want to throw that out there. Email me at lex@tradier.com if you want to learn more about that. Don't email Paulina because she's not going to answer your question. Fair enough?
I would forward you the email.
Okay, you forward me the email. Perfect. Okay, number 2. I like that Broadcom one. I always say NVIDIA, but it's NVIDIA, right?
Yeah, I hear both NVIDIA and NVIDIA.
Yeah. I think you say it correctly. You say NVIDIA. I say NVIDIA. There's no I between it. It's just N and NVIDIA. Okay, NVIDIA. So it's reached correction territory. What does that amount to? Is that 10% correction? Is that what it is?
It's defined as a decline of 10% or more from the highs. Yeah.
From the highs. Okay, so it sounds like we're there. Is that accurate? Yes. Tell us about it.
Yep. Okay, so NVIDIA stock, it officially entered correction territory. Obviously, one of the most important stocks in the market as of 2024 and last year as well. So the company shares, they've fallen about 11 to 12% from the record high price of $148 per share that they reached on November 7th. So what is the purpose or what's driving this correction? There's a few things. So investors are worried about challenges related to NVIDIA's future sales of its AI chips and processors. So that's one, but that has been a concern for some time, especially since it's experiencing so much growth over the past couple years. Another concern is geopolitical issues, particularly with China. The US and China Political relations aren't, the greatest right now. So that could potentially affect chip sales in the future. And all of this is raising questions around, is there going to be slowing growth in the future for NVIDIA? And analysts are projecting growth for the revenue in 2025 to be 55%, which obviously sounds like a lot. But when you compare that to previous quarters where NVIDIA saw 200% rise in revenue, obviously, that's a big change. But NVIDIA can't be posting a 200% rise every quarter. There has to be some rationality here, and it looks like that's what's happening.
Okay, so you're not jumping in the bear camp necessarily.
No, I would not.
I am with you. I don't think this is the end of NVIDIA at all. Yeah. And by the way, for those who are wondering what I would consider as a spread, I would do the same damn thing I just talked about with Broadcom. Now I've got a new baseline stock price I can purchase with the long call short put, same strike, same month, right? I can choose my pain relative to my protective put and how much upside I want to have with my short call. I would do the same thing here, especially on the pullback. So I'm getting better value now. Again, it's not a good downside play, what I'm saying, but you're a believer in the upside here. That's the purpose of this trade. You don't even need to touch the stock with this. Granted, if you're a stock person and who needs dividends, you can make that argument with me. You're not getting them with options unless the stock really rallies. You can exercise that call, but that's for another time. So that's a good play for this NVIDIA situation as well. I think I like this one. Okay, I'm a big green check on NVIDIA. I still love it. Wonderful. Moving along. Oh, by the way, you have here about Wall Street. I'm assuming the institutions probably love this pullback, right? Wall Street and the gang. I'm assuming they just kill it.
Yeah, even though with the recent correction, Wall Street, they're definitely still bullish on NVIDIA. The things that they're considering are the company's continued dominance in the AI chip market. There's upcoming product launches, like their Blackwell platform. Mm-hmm. And it's, even though they might not be showing a 200% rise in revenue, they're still going to be showing year-over-year increases. And obviously that is what investors want to see. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there are even obviously some analysts, they have increasing price targets for 2025 that could potentially surpass Apple's market value. So NVIDIA is still a stock to watch next year.
Got it. Okay. I love it. I'm with you on that one. Let's move to Japan. SoftBank. Talk to me. I saw Trump on with the chairman of SoftBank yesterday. I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name. I'll devour it. So tell me what's going on here.
Yeah. Okay. So SoftBank CEO, his name is Masayoshi-san.
Did you just say that with perfection?
I tried my best. I hope I pronounced it correctly.
That was actually excellent.
Thank you. Yeah. Japanese CEO. It's SoftBank is from Japan. So he announced a huge $100 billion investment in the United States. He is very confident, he said at a recent conference at Mar-a-Lago, he's very confident in the U.S. economy. He stated that he grew even more confident in the U.S. after Trump's victory. Trump responded to this investment saying that it's a monumental demonstration of confidence in America's future. So where is this $100 billion going to go? Well, we don't know exactly how it's going to be divided, but he said that he wants to build out AI infrastructure. So he's going to be building out data centers, energy production facilities, semiconductor manufacturing, the heart of what's needed for the future of AI technology. So he's going to be, rolling out that money to these developments.
Okay. So SoftBank is a massive multinational kind of a venture capital fund of sorts, right?
Yeah, that's what it is. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then they're super technology focused, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to ask the obvious question, or say the obvious question. Gotta mean a what ton of jobs with that kind of investment, right?
Mhm.
I would imagine, and for America.
Oh, absolutely. I
Yeah.
think that's I don't quote me on the number, but it might create something like 100,000
That's
jobs.
what I heard.
Yeah.
That's what Trump said. It's going to create 100,000 jobs. That was a
Yeah,
horrible impression, but I love trying
that
to
was
do
a
it.
good one.
I love when Shane Gillis does it, the comedian. He's the best Trump impersonator. No, that's a massive though. Gal, and the Donald said on TV, and I was randomly watching this. It was behind my back and it was on. I turned around when I was working the other day, and Donald said, "Let's make it 200 billion." And the guy started laughing. It was hilarious. So
Yeah.
you never know with Donald the way he negotiates. 200 billion could be the number, but that's massive. I love it. I think these two guys really like each other and respect each other. So love the AI investment. We need it in America with these data centers and everything around that, electricity, you name it. So that's awesome. That's a good one. Can you buy that stock? Do you know? I'm looking up SoFi Bank. Yeah, it's got a ticker.
It's SoftBank.
SoftBank. That's what I'm seeing. Yeah, it's $31.
Okay.
Does that sound right?
I think so. I don't know if I ever looked up SoftBank's ticker.
You know what? It's funny. I'm looking at the revenue, and it's saying it's 6.57 trillion.
Oh wow.
However, that's in Japanese yen, I think.
Okay.
That's a big company.
Yeah.
Okay, guess what I'm doing now? Dollars to yen.
Mm-hmm.
Someone put that in there. Holy cow. Oh, okay. So it's a 153 multiplier.
Mm-hmm.
So divide by 153. Still a lot.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. So, wow. Very cool.
That's a very, very exciting investment for the future of technological innovation in the U.S. So,
okay.
Exciting.
I love it. Very cool. Thanks for that. I don't have a play on this one. I don't know how I feel about SoftBank, although they just kill it. They make so much freaky deaky money. I'd probably do even another one of those trades. But I don't know that stock as well. So I'd have to look at it and see if it's liquid. So the people who watch and want to know about options and trades, number one criteria, the underlying stock and the options in it have to be liquid. Period. As a retail person, you need that. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, Paulina. So here we are before Christmas, about several days. I want to wish you a Merry Christmas. You have a great one. I know being a good Greek girl like yourself, you're celebrating Christmas, right?
Yes, yeah, we're celebrating Christmas. I'm really excited to go back to Philly, see my family, and we're gonna have a big Greek Christmas feast.
Awesome. Well, I love it. That's awesome. You have fun with that. Be safe. Happy New Year. I know we'll probably be back for the New Year version, so that's good. And then Molly will be back with us, and all that's good. So great show. Thank you for coming on today, and we will see you in probably a couple weeks, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Sounds
all right.
good.
Good seeing you, Pauline. Have a great one.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
You know how the financial world goes. Here comes the buzzkill. Please make sure to take some time to read this boring disclaimer. We will owe you one.